The world today is buzzing with organic farming as the best way to ensure sustainable development, combat climate change, provide robust health to consumers, curtail antibiotic-resistant bacteria by prohibiting chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and promote biodiversity. Mankind experiences good health, peace and well-being only when he is in perfect alignment with nature and nature's scheme of things. Being a part of nature, we cannot afford to live unnaturally and misaligned from nature. So organic agriculture is the key to happiness and longevity.
Whenever we talk about organic farming, we have to bear in mind the symbiosis between nature, teacher and culture. We humans are an integral part of nature. That's what the nature, the universal teacher, reminds all the time. Whenever men behaved as distinct from nature and believed to be her master, the results were catastrophic and devastating. By our nature, we embody happiness and contentment. That's the reason our forefathers sang songs and danced in merriment to celebrate. I still remember some of those folk songs of the sowing and harvesting seasons. We have forgotten today those songs and steps and caught up as we are in exploiting nature. So for me, organic farming is living in alignment with nature, and that is what our children in schools should essentially learn. With this in mind, and the state government is endeavoring to mainstream the organic concept in our schools in terms of farming and other human activities.
See, organic farming is very native to India, and since centuries ago the people in India have been practicing organic farming, and crop rotation was very important because then they believed in maintenance of soil's fertility and growing all kinds of crops, maintaining the soil health as in a very important way. Organic farming in Sikkim especially, we credit the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Pawan Chamling for this, who thought of this in 2003 when perhaps the world was just about to begin on organic farming, and he said that in a Himalayan state like Sikkim, which has got a very small area but very high biodiversity, we must engage in organic farming to preserve our natural treasure. We thought that we also must orient our children to this sustainable way of farming, which is not only sustainable but also very rewarding commercially. So we began on a very small scale with 34 schools, and now we have expanded it to cover 123 schools. And what is very heartening is that our children have taken it up, lapped it up actually, very enthusiastically. So this has been the essence of this whole organic farming movement in our schools, and I'm sure we will be able to cover almost all the schools in next couple of years.
Sikkim made the nation proud when on January 19, 2016, Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi declared Sikkim as the first organic state in the country. He also called the state a harbinger of organic farming, not only in India, but around the world. It was a day to be written in letters of gold, and the credit for such an achievement goes to the government led by its leader Pawan Kumar Chamling and the cooperation and collaboration of the people of Sikkim. The organic farming drive got further momentum when in 2017 it was initiated in 34 government-run schools of Sikkim as the beginning of its inculcation in all schools of the state as a major co-curricular program. The Samagra Siksha under the Human Resource Development Department of the state of Sikkim organized a program at Kusing Senior Secondary School in South Sikkim to announce the initiation of organic farming in 89 schools all over the state in the year 2018.
We from the HRDD are also on a threshold to prepare such a generation of students who are well aware of what is nature, what is conservation, what is biodiversity, the importance of being with the nature, and the importance of nature in our human lives, and the importance of living in harmony with the nature. So being a responsible citizen and a servant of the people, it is our responsibility to carry further the message of the government and the initiative of the government to the last end user, the last individual of the society, and inculcate such kind of thoughts and feelings among them that they will not only take this as a knowledge but a habit as well.
Yes, the book has now been published by NCERT Delhi, which was actually done in the request of Honorable Minister, Human Resource Development Department, Government of Sikkim. And the book was designed and written with the support of SCERT Sikkim and other national institutions. And this book, which contains general material about the agriculture, different pillars of organic agriculture, and it also tells students about the conventional farming versus organic farming, what are the advantages of organic farming, and it also talks about the livelihood opportunities. And the interesting part is this book also contains the success stories of the successful farmers who has made organic farming as a successful career in the state of Sikkim. However, we need to institutionalize these activities that has been successfully taken up by different government schools of Sikkim, and for that we need to have a structured program containing activities, and then possibly a curriculum supported by textbooks and field-based activities to design curriculum for class 9 to 12 and then textbooks relevant to those curriculum.
Some schools have won laurels and accolades by their zestful participation in the organic farming program. One such school is Sonamchora Lepcha Memorial Senior Secondary School, located in Lingdong village in Upper Zongo, North Sikkim. We are speeding uphill to our destination Lingdong, a postcard perfect quaint little village located in Upper Zongo.
Kamri, Kasidile. From Sonamchora Memorial Secondary School. Memorial Secondary School.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Madam, they are my staff member.
So how come you are all in the school on a holiday? Isn't it Sunday?
We do our organic farming and kitchen garden farming on Sundays, apart from the last period and co-curricular activities.
Knowing that you all are coming from Gangtok, so the teachers who are near to the locality, we have also requested them to come and to meet you and to give them progress about that organic farming.
That's so kind of you.
Today, even that our SMC member, self-help group and the Panchayat, they also come to join with us to discuss about the vacant land which we have left adjacent to that cardamom field.
Okay. So we've heard so much about the success story in organic farming involving the school. Tell me more about it.
In 2015, we have created herbal garden which is left vacant in between this ground and the school. The water which comes from that backside of the ground, that is a perennial water.
Okay.
We constructed a small tank over there with the help of SMC members, Forest Department and self-help group. And here we have planted herbal healer plants which are available here in the locality.
Okay.
we have 3 acres of land. So out of which 1 acre of land have been utilized for the cardamom nursery plant. So that you can see that scenic beauty of our cardamom nursery.
We started with cardamom plantation on 1 acre of land, like Sir said. Okay? So in 2018, this year, we were able to sell saplings worth 56,000, and I think this is a good revenue for the school.
Absolutely. So didn't the students express that they deserve a share of the income?
No, not at all, because everyone knew that the money was being used for midday meal and in the primary section. So even the vegetables that we supply to the MDM, they provide organic nutriments to the students. We have our kitchen garden here, which was earlier run by class 8, but now it is looked after by the entire school.
Miss, we also have a nursery garden up there.
We have been taking help from the forest department, horticulture department, agriculture department, NGO, self-help group, even SMC members. And with their help, we have created school nursery Yojana, and where we have planted varieties of sapling of flowering and non-flowering plant, which we supplies to our campus to make a beautification. Also that the rest of that sapling we supply to our feeder school and also to the community, where that 10 minutes to earth, that green mission, state green mission, these programs are there where we supply, and they through the community involvement, those sapling are being planted on the roadside.
So tell me, do you grow all your crops organically?
Yes, Miss. We have been organics from day one, and now we are very expert in making biocompost.
Even the pesticides we use, it is organic. With the help of Pirium, Angarikopat and Titipati, we dip it into cow urine, and in weeks it makes a very powerful pesticide.
Is it?
Yeah.
First, to make organic manure, we will make the 1 layers of cow dung. We have already made here, and we will collect this from our area, that waste weeds and grass, and we'll collect like this, and we have made here 1 layers like this. And at second, we'll spring madhyam. We are doing this because the gas will not go waste. In the 1 week, we'll make these piles up and down. Okay? The lower part of the wheat will come up, and this will go down. And this way, we will make our organic manure.
So within 15 days, the whole thing turns into manure, you're saying?
Yes.
Brilliant. So tell me what this madhyam is, and is madhyam also organic?
Miss, this is madhyam, and madhyam is made up of dead animals, it's like dead plants, and it is totally organic.
Okay.
We plan to bring this greenhouse in our school, and then we are able to bring this up with the help of our SMC members and even the self-help group members. And this greenhouse is intimately connected with the composting process that we just witnessed. Yes, and this is our greenhouse.
Welcome, Miss.
Hey girls, I'm so happy to see a nursery. Really happy to see all of you coming together, tilling the farm, that too on Sunday. Tell me more about it, how you do it.
Yes, Miss. We have been growing vegetables with the help of our SSG mothers, our students, and the teachers. And in 2016, we grow around 180 kg of tomato. And in 2017, we grew around 300 kgs of tomato.
Wow, massive.
means in this year we have the crop rotation because to retentivity of the soil, it makes the soil fertile.
Sure.
And from those money which we have collected from these vegetables, we use it in the annual conference price day, and we buy it by the prices
and distribute among the students. Very good. Listening to you makes me feel that the students are steeped in organic farming. But I would definitely like to ask you, how is it that these students manage their studies while being actively involved in farming?
In the first place, this farming is a huge experiential learning, wherein the students are able to relate what they learn in the classroom in real life situation and experiences. And all these exposures are complement to their academics.
The impact of organic farming is so tremendous. Children are so happy to see the flowering and harvest more. Farming is, after all, most self-sustainable enterprise.
The benefits of organic farming are as infinite as nature itself. The impact can be explained in terms of 3S: soil, students, and society. In a way, organic farming opens up wide vistas for career growth and for cultivating self-esteem as a person of integrity who lives by the sweat of his brow. That, I think, is living nature's way.